good day. It is, I don't know, about 1,000 degrees where I live right now in Canada. For those of you that believe that we live here in igloos. Now, of course, no one who uses Vim would actually believe that because we're all kind of the upper crust of the intelligence layer. But there are certain people in the country and to the south of me that seem to actually believe that. So, alright, here we go. Today we're going to cover something pretty simple, pretty basic. I'm going to split this up into a few different videos, I think. We're going to see if we can get a bit of a series going here. This is basic movement, and I'm talking basic movement here. We're going to start with the ultra basics. J, L, K, H. Okay? Everyone okay with that? You still with me? Now, let's kick it up a slight notch here and show you the zero command, which I just did, and the dollar command, or the movement command. Zero takes you to the beginning of the string. Dollar takes you to the end. I showed someone that, I don't know, like 5 years ago, and they lost it. They said, "Oh my God, dollar takes you to the end? That's so amazing." I don't know, maybe there's someone else out there that's just going to get that excited. That would be really cool. Word movements. There are two types of words in Vim. There is the, well, let's actually do the help here. There is the word, which is essentially a sequence of letters, digits, and underscores. It's what is keyword, okay? Now, you're going to find something interesting in a minute when I show you how this works, unless you've already seen it, of course. It's not exactly what you might think, but please don't consider changing his keyword just willy-nilly. It's a big deal. Word is also in capitals. We have the big word, which is basically just something separated by white space. We're going to take a look at both of those. So if we use W, this takes us forward. You see, we're just jumping forward. We're skipping lines. But watch this one. Oh, we went to the period, to the dot. We went to the H. The dot apparently is a word of its own. The comma. Okay? The comma is even treated a little bit differently here. Okay? So we just keep jumping along. We jump along. This is word. Okay? This is little word. See? We're just, see how we move? Now, if we use the big W, we move like this. So far, it's all the same thing. It's all the same. Oh! Oh! Okay, you see we're moving to the beginning of words with W? We're moving to the beginning of the next word. Big W does the same thing, but because it does it based on white space separation, it just jumps. See that? See that? I went like bang right to the next line because all the way down to the end here is non-white space. So we just jump. Oh, and I gotta, say thanks to the Omni group for letting me use this file. I know they don't know I'm using it, but they give all this stuff away for free. They're pretty... oh man, the Omni Group software is pretty cool. They're not paying me or anything like that. It's just, check it out. It's really neat stuff. Okay, so that takes us to the beginning of the word. Now we want to move to the end of words. How do we do that? E, end. Kind of nice way to look at that, isn't it? E moves to the end of the next word. And there's a little e, which does the same kind of thing as little w does. See that? See that? Okay? Right? I can't wait to teach you the next one so I can actually use it. E moves us to the end. We can then, of course, use big E, which moves us to the end like that. Okay? And we'll watch it again as we just pop through here. See, look at that. Okay? Moves to the end, skips all the way to the end of that line. Okay? Now, we have to move backwards. How do we move backwards? We've only been moving forwards up till this point. How do we move back? Well, that would be a B. Look at that. That's back to the beginning of the previous word. It's a little hard to see with these slashes, so let's wait till we get to a real word. See that? Okay? It's the beginning of the previous word. And of course, this has its own counterpart, the big B. Because here we go, watch that. Right? Let's move to the end of that. And let's move over here. And we will move the big B. Check that out. Big W, big B. Alright? So we got that. Now we have essentially one left. In case you hadn't been keeping track, there's sort of four of these, right? There's the beginning of the next word, the end of the next word, the beginning of the previous word, and the end of the previous word. This one is the different guy because it requires 2 keystrokes. GE moves like that, see? And of course, it has a counterpart, but it's not big G, big E, it's little g, big E, like this. Let's move down, okay? And it jumped all the way past the open, or the OmniSource license.html comma, okay? That's how we're moving around by word. We've now got the J, the K, the L, the H. We have the W, the big W, the E, the big E. We've got the B, the big B, the GE, and the G big E. Now we're going to cover, oh yeah, and we've got dollar and zero. We're going to cover the pièce de résistance as far as I'm concerned. These are some of the most powerful, the most wonderful key sequence commands you can never use in your entire life. Okay? The power of these just continues to amaze me every time I use them. But we're just going to cover movement at this point. You can obviously use them with delete, change, substitute, all kinds of other commands, but let's just cover them now. I'm talking about F and T. So I have F. F is followed by a character. So I want to move, say, to the first slash. F slash takes me to the very first slash in this, or to the next slash, I should say. If I do F slash again, it takes me to the next one again. And this is getting tedious, isn't it? F slash, F slash, F slash. How can I repeat this? Well, dot doesn't do it. Semicolon does it. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Is that not cool? All right. So let's go to the beginning again, and we will look at T, because T does what F does, but just a little different. It's till. Think of that. Until. Just until the character, but not actually to the character. T slash takes me in, oh, let's move over, shall we? T slash takes me to the colon in this case, okay? It's not the slash, it's the character just before the slash, okay? So that's how we move until. And then we can move, let's say here, and we move, we want to move backwards. So these are the counterpart capitals of the T and F. So big F slash moves me there. Big F slash moves me there. Hey, can I repeat this with semicolon? Yes, sure can. Pretty keen, okay? And let's move to the end of the string with big T slash. Okay? We're just almost there. And see how it did it, like, you know, like, let's say we move here. See, in this case it's going to move to the S. Okay? Before, if we were on the other side, if we were on the source code side, like so, it's going to move to the E if we use the little t, right? It moves just before the character you hit in the direction in which you're going. It's not the preceding character in terms of from the beginning of the string preceding. It's the preceding character in the direction you're going. Okay? These things, and I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag here for those of you that haven't quite grasped this yet. But think about this. Let's say I want to change source code to closed code. Well, I've really got 2 words here in my head, source code, closed code. I'm thinking code. That's in my head. I don't know what you think, but in my head, that's what pops out is the word code. So I really want to change up until code. I don't want to change to the E. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking code. So I want to change till code. And that totally didn't work. Because source code, of course, has a C in it. Alright, so in this case, I would want to change to, sorry, I want to change to 2C, which is a little bit of an extra bump there. I'm showing you something else which has to do with this as well, and I changed that to closed, okay? You can of course give these things a count. If I wanted to move to the, let's say the slash after the R, that's actually going to be the 4th slash, so I would say 4F slash. Okay, you can give these things a count. Of course, with Word and whatnot, you can as well. I want to go 4 words forward, another 4 words forward. I want to go 8 words backwards. Okay, these things can all take a count. Incredibly important to remember that. This is pretty standard Vim stuff. I mean, almost everything can take a count, especially in motion. Okay, I'm going to cut it off there. everyone, have yourself a good night. Work on your motion commands if you don't already know them. The reason that I'm talking about them now is because I've seen a few people lately doing this. You know, and now that I've got that keycaster thing, you can see what I'm doing, okay? They're going like this all the time. They're like, okay, yeah, I want to go, okay, no, yeah, that's where I want to be. I mean, hokey freaking gee williker damn son of a, I mean, what are you doing, right? You want to go there, you can do that, you can do this, fantastic, that's the best, right? F quote, look at that, look at that. I can go up here and I can say, huh, you know what? I really want to find the, I don't know, I want to go to the year, so I want to go right to there, right? And then bang, I'm there. Okay? So, you know, get used to this stuff. Stop using the arrow keys. I mean, if you have to use the J, K, L, and H keys, that's cool. But you want to like triple your productivity, start using some of these other motion commands. All right? Enjoy, folks. Put on your rings of power. That would be Vim. I'm like Green Lantern, Ring of Power, you know. Vim, Ring of Power. No, forget it. Enjoy. Have a good night.